Hi, everyone. This is Krista Moore, and welcome to the Krista Moore Show. This show is brought to you as a way for me to inspire ideas and thoughts for my guests and the audience. And I always like to interview folks that can kind of inspire us to live more purposefully and live a life of meaning. And this show certainly brings that to the table. So I have two special guests today, and it's very timely because we have a fundraiser that's happening tomorrow evening that I want you all to learn more about. But my guest today is Andy Ishii from City of Hope, and also Sandra Williams representing Office Products Women in Leadership. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello. And these are two very good friends of mine. We're kind of on a similar mission right now, which is to support and raise money for the City of Hope, which is a cancer research center. And I just want to first have you, Andy, kind of introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about City of Hope and what we can kind of learn from you today.
Absolutely. Well, first, thank you, Krista, for allowing me to be on the show. It's great to be here. Certainly thanks to everybody for their support of City of Hope. And for those that don't know a lot about City of Hope, City of Hope is a leading cancer and diabetes research and treatment institution. We've been around for more than 100 years. Today we're recognized as one of America's top hospitals for cancer for now, I believe, 14 consecutive years. So just a lot of amazing work being done for people that need it the most right now.
Yeah, and Office Products Women in Leadership, Sandra, why don't you tell us kind of what OPWIL's association is to City of Hope and how that's working together?
Sure. The office products industry has supported City of Hope for, I think it's pushing 40 years now. And the Office Products Women in Leadership wanted to continue that tradition. And we started last year with a Kentucky bourbon tour. We have a member of our board who lives in Louisville, Kentucky, and she came up with that idea, and it was successful. We wanted to continue that tradition this year and plan to do a pretty major event around the Kentucky Derby, which, of course, thanks to COVID, was postponed until September. Given that we couldn't do the live event we planned, we kind of backpedaled and went to Plan B and planned a virtual Thurby event, which I'm sure Krista will tell you a little bit more about. So far, we are meeting our goal. We are very, very close to a $50,000 goal. We have until tomorrow to raise that. So we are hoping to get a little more traction with this show today and hope to get more people engaged.
Sounds great. And this whole Thurby idea, it kind of originates from the Thursday before the Kentucky Derby is known as an event. It's more of a casual kind of prelude to the actual Derby. So we're kind of playing off of that. And there's a horse race that's going to take place. And Andy, why don't you describe the horse race kind of setup? And it's a kind of like a gaming software. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. And thanks, Krista, again, and certainly Sandra for everything. As part of our virtual Thurby celebration, we are going to have a portion of that program kind of dedicated with an online horse racing game. And that's brought to us by Meet Max Games and our friends over there. And what it is, technically, it's a state-of-the-art virtual online horse racing game where we're kind of incorporating our fundraising with that. Each of the fundraising teams that we have in Thurby are represented by a horse. And we're going to have 3 different horses or 3 different races within our program where each of the participants at Thurby can kind of test their wagering skills. And we'll see who ends up coming out top out of the gate on the Thurby event tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's fun. So we were able to have space for 8 horses, so to speak, or 8 teams. And so these horses will be racing against each other, and they have various names. Before the show's over, I'm going to share a landing page that you can go to kind of look at the teams and make a determination whether you want to donate to this cause and or what team you might align yourself with. And I think we're giving $200 of funny money. Is that how we're doing it for them to bet on the horses, right?
Yep, I think that's correct. Once you get into the Thurby, and then we get into the online gaming section, you'll be asked to kind of join a link during the game. So make sure you have your cell phones fully charged at that point. At that point, you will be given funny money credit for you to kind of put a bet on the horse of your choice at that point.
Got it. And Sandra, why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of the theme and the Derby theme and how we're incorporating happy hour into that as well as our attire?
Well, we are encouraging everyone to dress in their Kentucky best, and that would mean a Kentucky Derby hat. I just saw Krista's. I will give you a hint. She's in contention for the coolest hat, if there is such a thing.
No, actually, I think Andy wins the coolest.
Well, maybe so. Yeah. We are encouraging everyone to dress in their Derby best because I think we want to make this fun. OPWIL has been having virtual happy hours just to keep everyone connected to each other during COVID. And this will be an extension of that. We are having a mixologist show us all how to prepare the perfect, amazing mint julep. So we'll be able to take advantage of that. We would encourage everyone to have the mix-ins and fix-ins on hand and imbibe in a mint julep to make it seem more real than virtual. The theme is Derby themed, and our horses reflect that as well. So we've got some pretty cool industry players who are competing heavily against each other to win this race. So I would encourage everyone to pick their favorites and donate to that team.
Yeah, I'm going to share my hats. I'd like to know which one I should wear. So this is the black hat, Derby hat. And I'm the MC, so I got to have a cool hat. So this is my hat. And of course, the tag's still on it. It's like mini pearl right now because I didn't send it back yet. And then this is the other one. Voila. All right. Which hat? Voting, please. Gold hat, even though it's a little floppy, or black hat. All right. We've got gold, black. I'll have to make a decision. Are you going to show us your hat?
You know what? I always want to save mine as a surprise for tomorrow.
But I was just thinking you probably want to do. One of the guests that I wanted to have today was unable to make it, and she's the 2020 honoree. And every year you have an honoree. And why don't you maybe tee this up with what is the responsibility of the honoree, and then we'll go ahead and show a short video with Steph.
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. And Sandra kind of alluded to it before, but the national business products industry is really the gold standard for City of Hope fundraising. It's supported City of Hope for nearly 40 years and has raised more than $200 million towards all our efforts at City of Hope, and we could not be, I think, more grateful and more humbled by their support. Each year, we have a fundraising campaign. And that campaign is technically led by the who's who of the office products industry. And this year, we are just so, I think, blessed to have Stephanie Dismore of HP be our Spirit of Life honoree and kind of lead us through, I think, the finish line, if you will, through a challenging year and a very different year. And she's done an amazing job, so inspirational, such a great leader. And I think we could not be more fortunate to have a person like Stephanie be our honoree in a year like this. So.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm going to go ahead and show the video now so you can get a sense for the job of the honoree and kind of her positioning here. I'm not on, right?
Okay. This is personal for me. In fact, this is personal for most. Roughly 40% of people will be diagnosed with cancer. My best friend's daughter got diagnosed with type 1, and then a couple years later, she got diagnosed with cancer. So I understand that this doesn't just impact you in a physical way. It permeates every area of your life. My family, my friends, my colleagues have all been impacted. And what I love about City of Hope is they address the whole body, not just the disease, but also the soul.
I've seen with cancer negative outcomes and really positive outcomes. I lost my father within 5 months of being diagnosed with prostate cancer. But on the flip side, I'm here this week with one of my teammates whose daughter is in remission, and the research that City of Hope is doing is going to make more of those positive outcomes.
At HP, Keep Reinventing is our operating system. Keep Reinventing means we must never stop looking for better, more creative, and more effective ways of doing everything. Since HP was founded 80 years ago, the company has been a leader in the technology industry, driven by a belief that technology should make life better for everyone, everywhere. For City of Hope, reinvention is part of their indomitable spirit. Reinvention keeps City of Hope relentlessly focused, and through the use of rapidly advanced technologies, City of Hope will be able to keep reinventing the healthcare industry.
All the work that is done in research, development, and the new solutions for the future is something that is priceless to us, to our society, and all my community.
I'm extremely hopeful for the impact and the contribution that City of Hope will have on creating a cure over a very short amount of time, given the resources, the innovation, and the approach that they take.
We're so honored to be part of the work that City of Hope is doing, and I'm particularly honored to have joined the team under Stephanie's leadership. She's an exceptional leader, and her focus on inclusiveness is going to take this campaign to a whole new level.
When I think about who could be our best honoree and Spirit of Life award recipient, one of the first names that comes to my mind is about Stephanie. She's a true representative of the City of Hope values and all the help and impact we are making in the cure of both cancer and diabetes.
What stands out the most to me when I think of Stephanie is her commitment to the business, to her family, and as it relates to the City of Hope, an energy that she brings and a new perspective to how we can contribute to creating a cure for cancer and diabetes.
People inspire me, people all around me, whether that's at work or at home, wherever I am. But seeing people strive for excellence, seeing people do things that they never thought they could do or achieve the things that they didn't think they could achieve, that's what inspires me. And what I see from HP and what I see from City of Hope create an incredible inspiration for those around us. Seeing people cure the incurable diseases and seeing people being able to create innovation to help people have better lives is empowering for us all.
Yeah, so we couldn't have Stephanie with us in person, but I think, just the whole idea of being able to share that video is terrific. So I wanted to also just ask you a couple of questions, Andy. I would imagine this has been a difficult year for fundraising with COVID. At the same time, I would imagine that COVID research is also for the vaccines and different things like that's going on in the world. City of Hope's engaged in and involved in. Why don't you give us a little bit of an update on the impact that it's had?
Yep. That's a great question, Krista, for sure. And I think certainly one of the pillars of City of Hope is that it is a renowned biomedical research and treatment institution. And with that, we have world-class, I think, research and scientists that not only do research to find the cures for cancer and diabetes, but also in the realm of COVID. And so we are one of the institutions that are currently actively looking for a vaccine for COVID at this point. But I think, Eddie on your team said it best, cancer does not take a break. And our focus remains first and foremost, I think, the treatment and the cures finding for cancer and diabetes and those patients that need it most.
Yeah. And so I would imagine the fundraising that the National Business Products World does every year for City of Hope. I think I mentioned the number is about $200 million in the past 40 years. So it's significant. But so much of that fundraising is done in person, a lot of golf outings and different events like the gala, where there's hundreds and hundreds of people that can't happen again this year. So how has that impacted your fundraising drive?
Yeah, I don't think the drive itself has been impacted necessarily, Sandra. I think the great thing I think about being in the National Business Products Industry Group and having them as supporters is this is a long-standing relationship that we've had. I think the only area that we probably miss is really the personal interaction that we are kind of afforded in a regular, if you will. But I think the industry and the people within those industries have been so supportive of, I think, all our efforts. As you know, we've initiated some virtual events to kind of compensate for, I think, some of those in-person events that we traditionally have, and that, quite honestly, constitutes for about 20% of our overall annual fundraising. So there is a big impact. But with that said, the virtual events are taking off, and I don't think we would be in the situation we are without the great support of people in the office products industry. So I can't say enough about that, and the sincere thanks that we want to express to everyone out there that continues to support us.
That's great. Thank you. And Sandra, let me just take it back to you. So what are some things that our attendees for tomorrow evening's event can do to get ready for the races?
Well, first of all, as I mentioned, they need to dress in their Kentucky Derby best.
Yes.
Have on hand, yes, a hat, gold, Krista, gold one.
I've got someone saying I need the black one.
No.
I vote gold. Seersucker suits for the gentlemen. This is not a ladies only event, even though Office Products Women in Leadership is hosting. Have the ingredients on hand for a mint julep if you'd like to mix one along with a mixologist. Krista can demonstrate right here. That includes fresh mint.
Actually, Maker's Mark is the bourbon of choice for the mint julep, I understand. And I have my Kentucky Derby 145 glasses. And I need what? Some mint, some
sugar,
crushed ice.
Sugar is traditional, yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to be mixing it up tomorrow night as a group, which should be fun.
Yep.
There will also be a historian from the Kentucky Derby giving us information about betting and odds and things that I don't understand because I'm not a horse racing enthusiast. I'm looking forward to learning that, and also giving us a little bit of information, background on the Derby itself.
That's great. So I'm going to go ahead and share a slide where people can go to donate or to register. And just for a little bit of clarification, when you go to the website that is the City of Hope event site, and it's kind of a long URL name, but you can find it. Then you can choose what team you want to align your donation to. And there's a number of different teams. When you go to this site, however, you'll have a choice of donating or registering. Anybody that donates $100 or more automatically gets to attend our live event. And then you get $200 of funny money to kind of play and kind of join in in the whole fundraising game. So it should be great. And I also wanted to take this time to promote my team because we have a goal of 3,000 and we're not there yet. So please support SOAR with Krista Moore and that team. So I would appreciate that as well. Money goes to a great cause. Is there anything else you want to mention, Sandra or Andy?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Andy.
How about Andy?
Okay, well, if you don't mind me going first, then thank you, Sandra. I think there's so many people out there in the OP industry that have supported City of Hope for years and years. And I, again, want to reiterate and thank everybody out there for their continued support on supporting our mission to find the cures. And I know it's been a very, I think, challenging year to say the least for all, but your support is obviously greatly appreciated. And obviously thanks to Sandra, the ladies at OPWIL, and certainly you, Krista, for giving us the opportunity to kind of be here today.
Sounds great.
Well, I would like to pipe in and just say, I'm retired from SP Richards Company, and my work there was 100% with the independent dealers. And I have talked to many of them over the years prior to this campaign, and then recently about the Thurby. And a lot of folks out there feel like, hey, I'm not an HP, I'm not an SP Richards, I'm not an executive with, some big company. I can only afford $25 or whatever. Believe me, that matters. Every contribution matters. We would love to get everyone engaged. Even if you can't afford the $100 to participate, we understand that. That's above the means of many of you out there. But as Stephanie's video pointed out, this is personal for most of us. It's particularly personal for me. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2018, and I was on Herceptin, which was developed at City of Hope for a year. So it is very, very personal for me, and I am thankful to be able to support this. And I'm retired, so I'm on a very limited income. I can't afford thousands of dollars either, but I am happy to be able to contribute what I can and grateful for the opportunity. So please pitch in whatever you can.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. And so just want to say goodbye to you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to encourage our audience to consider donating anything, whether it's $20 or $5. And if you do donate $100, you get to be a part of the event that'll be live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email and we'll be glad to answer them for you. In the meantime, I hope that you continue to have a wonderful week and continue to be thinking about what you can do to give back and help those that are in need. I also want to encourage you all to watch my show every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, where I'm interviewing industry experts and thought leaders on subjects that can really inspire you to live with more purpose and passion and meaning in your life and in your career. So until then, we'll see you. Take care.